too, but if that's not working, at least you have the link.
I'll record a little bit over that so I can have stuff to edit down
I'll
to
put that
a
in the
certain
Discord
point.
as well.
And all that.
News? Yeah, news.
Yep, we are good.
Your rating.
Yep, we are good.
Here we come to raid the day.
I like that. Here we come to raid the day.
Now, do we need to change the meat, or can we still use the same meat?
Yep.
Your here we come to raid the day comment got a lol out of Uncle Ben.
So let's go to my Google Meet.
Okay, and that was...
That one. There we go. And now my closed captions. Yes. Okay, I just have to resize things a little bit. No, I don't want to take it off.
Here we go. Oh,
Here we are.
There we go.
Better. Poor AG, your computer must be exhausted at this point. AG must be exhausted at this point.
That is entirely possible.
Well, I guess we're not having closed captions on this one.
Yep,
That's okay.
that's fine.
Oh, that's
Okay, so starting again. Dun 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 dun
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, sorry about the confusion, everyone, and the tech difficulties. Welcome to the Game of Tomes panel. I am Diane Morrison. I'm also known as SableAradia in the community, particularly when associated with the Game of Tomes. I am one of the 3 people who came up with the idea and one of the creators of the event. I am known as the mother of bunnies, the leader of House Lapin, which is why I'm in full royal regalia today. And I'm really looking forward to this panel. So thank you for coming over with us and bearing with us. I really, this is kind of like my party relax time today. And thank you to Eli for agreeing to delay Kickstarter for writers for half an hour.
Yay, Eli.
The problem is, it's just too much awesome in one place.
Exactly.
Yes. All right, so let's see. Let's go to who I see on my left. So, Coffee, your turn.
I am the head of House Molesca. I am the thing that should not be. The Cosmic Kraken. The one with all the tentacles in many different projects and in many different places. If you've ever been part of my stream, you'll see me also in everyone else's stream at the same time.
Yes.
So my pronouns are they, them, she, him, he. Honestly, just politely address me and we're okay. Not a problem. Moving on.
Yes, let's go to my other side. Erin.
Hi. Hi. I'm Erin. All right. I go online by Erin Righ, which is spelled exactly as it's pronounced. R-I-G-H. And I'm one of the 3 creators of the Game of Tomes. All right. I'm responsible for the Undead Horde. All right. And the concept thereof. And I am the Night King. All right.
Which is spelled like Nitequing, just to confuse everybody and be a bit of an asshole.
Just like it sounds.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. And yeah, this is sort of my playtime, so I'm glad to be here. I'm glad you guys all stuck with us. All right, thank you to Eli for agreeing to go late with the stream. And yeah, my pronouns are he, they. I really don't care. I'm sort of like coffee.
Be nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not so hung up on it that I care a damn.
And
Okay.
Siobhan?
Alright, hi, I'm SiobhantheWriter. I am the leader of House Chiroptera. Our motto is type by night. I do most of my work in the wee hours of the morning. And like my house sigil, the bat, I get blinded by bright things, easily distracted, and usually miss the obvious. My title is Queen of the Night.
Awesome. And last but definitely, and her pronouns are she, her.
My pronouns are she, her, yes.
And just so you know, you're not showing up because OBS is using your camera, so you may want to put your webcam on your,
No, actually, I've got my camera off at the moment.
Okay, no problem.
Oh.
All right. And definitely last but not least, Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm AuthorGoddess. Apparently, my computer went, no, we can't handle this much awesome for so long. I am not one of the creators of the Game of Tomes, but I jumped in head first and probably hit a few rocks on the way down. I am the Merc. I was a mercenary up for grabs and up for sale, and it was highly successful doing that. And the word counts were extraordinary for everyone. It was good.
That is true. Except
That
us.
was awesome. All right, so let's start with, in case people are new, what exactly is the Game of Tomes? Who would like to start with that?
Why don't you start with that?
I started with that. I figured I would babble incoherently, so I was trying to pass it off to some. Okay, fine. All right. So the Game of Tomes is a Twitch-based writer's game that is meant to run in conjunction with the NaNoWriMo events. That would be the Camp NaNoWriMo months on April and July, and November, which of course is National Novel Writing Month. If you don't know what National Novel Writing Month is, it's a challenge to write a novel in a single month that writers do like a marathon. It's huge. There's millions of people who do it all over the world. Game of Tomes is not that big. I suspect it may get bigger quickly, though, because it was very popular in its first year. There are slightly different rules for both versions of the event. The one in November is more high test and more competitive, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So how it works is that if you have ever played the Nano House Cup on Twitter, run by Elena May, which was the inspiration for this, in that event, you choose one of the Hogwarts houses and represent that house. During the time she's running the challenge, all the words that you accumulate for your house are compiled, and you basically it turns it into a team sport where your total word count and bragging rights is associated with your collective house. Game of Tomes runs like that, except that A, it runs all month, and B, it runs only on Twitch, which means that you must be in the stream of a participating streamer for Game of Tomes for your words to count. Except that we based it more on Game of Thrones, and we have house banners. Coffee, do you want to take it from there? Do you think that there's some more explanation needed, or is there anything you want to add?
I think that's fine. We settled on 6 houses because that seemed a pretty fair and balanced guesstimate of how many people were going to be interested.
Yeah. We were wrong.
We were wrong on that. But during NaNoWriMo, when we had the elimination rounds, we also had to factor in time. NaNoWriMo is 1 month. we needed to be able to count up the word counts, eliminate one house, and if you have 20, that's not going to work very well.
Yes.
So each of the houses has their own banner that they have rallied behind. In some cases, the creature was bestowed upon us for what we
Yeah.
do. I think everyone's like, Coffee's doing everything at once. Tentacle,
Yep.
which in some cases sounds very strange because it becomes, you have my tentacles, and somebody has to make the comment, ooh, tentacles.
Always. Always.
So,
It never
Yep.
fails. Yep.
And she lives in Japan too, which doesn't make it any better.
Taco.
exactly. So during Tourney of Tales, when that started in April and in July, we kept the 6 houses because we knew that system worked, even though we did not have the elimination rounds. And for the moment, I think we're going to settle on 6. But to be honest, how many people are planning committee? Raise your hand for CONduit.
Oh, for
Um,
CONduit,
Oh.
no.
well, I mean, we've got 3 planning committee for CONduit. We've got almost all the planning committee for Game of Tomes. Brains will work on it, but maybe not at the moment right now for NaNoWriMo in November.
Right.
That'll be a later conversation. And AuthorGoddess was a wonderful mercenary.
Oh, yes.
So I'm
Oh,
going to
yeah.
pass it over, and she can explain what mercenary meant in the Game of Tomes November edition.
Okay, so mercenaries were freelancers, not freelance writers. Freelancer were donators. Each each segment, sort of, actually, pretty much each day, I would pick a house to represent, and I actually sold my services for follows, subscriptions, and bits.
Biddies.
All of the financial gains were then donated to writer Greg, who did more or less the same thing, and the financial gains were then donated onto a charity that he had chosen.
The
So that
charity
was
is called Kids
awesome.
Need to Read, by the way, if
Yes.
anybody wants
Yeah.
to know.
It was very fun. It was very successful. I think we made a nice little chunk of change to donate.
Awesome.
And then we simply submitted our word counts to those houses. I really like that format because it creates a kind of devil may care attitude for those of us who aren't necessarily of a, shall we say, more patriotic bent. My loyalty can be purchased. It is grand. My word count is for sale. It was a lot of fun, and we highly encourage people to participate in any way that they are comfortable with, whether it
Yeah.
is creating their collective within a house or selling their services.
And there are minor houses that are sworn to the major houses,
Mm-hmm.
but there are rules for the upcoming minor house creation now, because a minor house needs to have at least 2 followers. Otherwise, you're just a solo person. There have been
Yeah,
a
you're not a
couple.
movement if there's only 2 of you. You're just a couple crazy people.
Right. There are a couple minor houses that have been grandfathered in because this rule wasn't there originally,
Yes.
and so
Many of them have more than that number, anyways.
Yep.
But
I know that Isaac A. Tom is looking for bannerman for House Capate.
yeah, so is Dinosaur Bob. I'm given to understand.
For House
And we have a
Sauropoda.
new minor house, right? The arson house, Incendium.
Yes, House Incendium. That would be Eli's house, which is a newly formed house that does indeed have the requisite number of people. So we welcome you to the game.
House
And-
Molesco is too wet for them.
Yeah, no, they decided they were coming to House Cropter, as far as I know.
So just to clarify, I think that I probably need to be a little bit more clear about the basic rules. How the basic rules work is that you pick a house to represent. In November, you can change allegiances depending on the situation. Minor houses can only do it once every elimination period. Individuals can do it anytime. right? The major house leaders, of course, are their houses. They cannot change allegiances. Every 5 days, since there are 6 houses, we tally the total word counts of cumulative points. How that works is that participating streams will have a channel point reward for each house. It is a text box that you have to submit your words into, and that's your word count. You must count them and adjust them. We do not do that, right? They are tallied towards the banner that you are representing. If your minor house is sworn to one of the major houses, it will tally it towards the house that they have sworn to.
Dog face in the can.
Yes, big dog face in the cam,
Dog cam.
right? They are yeah, let's see. So that's basically how that works. You type in a number. You can do it either in the course of a whole stream or in the course of the word sprints that people often run. And at the end of each elimination period, the house with the least amount of words is cut. Bam, you're out. Then
You're out. You got overrun by the horde.
The horde
But-
attack. You have a chance to run. You have a chance to die.
1/3 of the people who are overrun in the eliminated house are drafted randomly into the undead horde. If you have been drafted into the undead horde, you must represent the horde for the remainder of the competition.
And your name changes.
Oh,
So
yes.
I come up with a new
Doomflower
name for you.
became Doomflower.
Yeah, I come up with a
We
new
love
name
that.
for you.
Dazzler Corpse.
Yep.
Yes.
I went from Queen of the Night to the Night Queen.
Yeah.
I survived. I kept my name.
Nice. Death
I-
Descending, says Brian.
Yep.
Yep. We're going to make a rule change this year in November. Originally, the words you had remained with the house you wrote them for. In the new Game of Tomes, we're going to try it where 1/3 of the words of the eliminated house also go to the undead horde.
Mhm.
So this could be interesting. I don't know how this is going to work, but we're going to give it a try.
We have a
Then
question
you
from
just
the
automatic.
audience.
Oh, go ahead.
Annabelle writes, asks, can you just, automatically join the horde?
Nope.
No.
Undead
No.
horde are undead. You must have been living before you are undead.
Yes.
There is
Um,
an exception, and that comes from the previous year.
Go ahead.
Well, the thing is if you, because remember correctly, it was just one person who has chosen to remain with the Undead Horde and the Night King. And so, but you have to have played previously, and that's the whole thing. And you have to
Yeah.
have been part of the Horde, if I remember correctly.
No, how it works is that if you have ever served as the Night Monarch, then you may choose to
start
start
as
as undead.
Right. So I might be choosing a new Night Monarch this time,
And then they will have 2 at the
and then
beginning.
there will be 2 at the beginning. I will probably recruit.
Yes.
All right. And then we, the 2 of us, will always be able to start as undead.
Naturally, the house with the most points at the end of November gets bragging rights, and you
Yep.
win.
That's all you get is bragging rights, and you win.
In the Tourney of Tales, which is a toned-down version that we run for the Camp Nano months, there is no undead horde.
Nope.
There are no eliminations. You are at a tournament is the conceit that we are using rather than a war.
Mhm.
And we are competing for the honor of our houses. What we do instead is we keep track of leaderboards for individual writers or editors or translators or any writing related project.
Hmm.
There are different ways to count those words depending if you are editing or writing, and the top scoring editor and the top scoring writer receive digital prizes that are donated by the participants and community. It was ebooks in April. It will probably be ebooks again in July.
Yeah.
Do we have any comments from there so far, or any questions from the audience?
I'm going to end up being a zomberb.
Awesome.
Actually, Sky Ardens, there is a major house that is all burbs. That is House Avis.
Yes. House Avis is led by Chrysalia. If you would like to check out their channel. We don't have all the house leaders here.
No.
But I will happily put Chrysalia's channel in the chat.
Awesome.
So the House
Awesome.
of Burbs, House Avis, is the link below.
Brilliant.
And, you know, the thing is, we keep saying bragging rights like it's no biggie, but if any of you saw the elimination streams, they were epic. Okay, they were epic.
Those were...
Bragging rights is a big thing. We wrote over 2 million words last.
NaNo.
Yeah.
Coffee
Almost
did
3 million,
I think it
Almost
was
3 million.
I think Coffee, you did what, 3 nanos?
I did 3 nanos, yeah. That was... And honestly, I don't want to do that again. I burnt out so hard.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
World Ember, a challenge by World Anvil, is in December. So I started that challenge burnt out completely from
I was
NaNo.
burnt out too.
But doing it once was really nice, actually. Just once.
Crystalia did 4 nanos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she didn't quite, or they didn't quite make the 4. They did do 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Just
To
shy.
be fair, we do keep track of the winner's circle for November as well. If you made NaNo, if you made your goal, we honor that.
Oh yeah.
At the end, it all goes in the credits and stuff like that.
Now, let's talk about the rest of the stuff that grew around it. So, because this started as an event created by the Anvilite Streamer Corps, we had the support of World Anvil. They asked us to do a weekly report on what was going on. We kind of ran with that and decided the first time we would do like a sports report, and it just got worse from there. We ended up creating this on-the-fly story, and in some cases it was literally, okay, we just had the elimination stream. I don't know who's going to end up in the undead horde until that happens. We draw it on that stream, right? I was literally shutting down that stream at 11 o'clock at night, going, holy shit, massively editing a video from bits and pieces and winging the details I didn't know, and putting it together at the last minute to be up on World Anvil's channel 12 or 11 hours later. Right? It was crazy, and I expect that to happen again. To be fair, I did not do this by any means by myself. Many of the streamers and other participants contributed or had their own ideas for what they wanted to see and wrote themselves into the story. To answer Itachi's question, are these on YouTube? Yes, they are. You can find all of them at the Game of Tomes website. There are links. What you want is the category that says history on the menu, and you want to go to Game of Tomes 2020, because this will give you all the videos. They're all linked there. It was a blast, and I expect to do it again. So then what happened after that is that people started writing themselves into the story. Who were they?
Or writing other people into the story. They wrote me into the story.
Oh, don't forget the RP in chat.
Oh,
Yes.
God. I can't forget the RP in chat. Just the continued mentions of rabbit stew. And soggy sandwiches. And soggy sandwiches.
This one's done.
It was brilliant. People were so creative. There is even fan fiction about the Game of Tomes universe now, and I cannot be prouder.
Yeah.
Oh, and Moon says they're working on opening the shop again.
That's awesome. Moonflower created something called the Game of Tomes shop, where you can, with your word count, buy fictional things that your character has in the Game of Tomes universe. It's a blast. It's a lot of fun.
No, Annabelle writes. If you're not in the 1/3 sacrifice to the Horde, you actually choose another house to follow.
We
Thank you.
called it bend the knee. And so what would happen is that during someone's stream, they would go, House Mollusca, I bend the knee. And
Will you
publicly
accept me?
declare that we will support you. Or whatever house you chose.
Note that this also includes house leaders who
Yep.
are of a fallen house.
If they
The only
survive the
survivor
elimination.
of a fallen house was the Mother of Bunnies.
I was the only house leader that survived being overrun by the undead horde in this particular event, and I bent the knee to House Mollusca, the last standing house, which was awesome. I did a whole little video about it, and after that I got the epithet Sable Bright Eyes and the Queen Who Knelt, which
Yep.
I thought was awesome, and I'm keeping it.
And don't forget the when your house fell, I was coming for you.
Oh, that was brilliant. That was brilliant. Siobhan and I got together and we did some acting stuff because she lives in the same town that I do, and it was amazing. It was amazing. We had so much fun.
We did.
Now, we did have some situations where people who did not get selected in the 1/3 could sacrifice themselves to save another.
Yeah, only to save the mercenaries, and it had to be certain mercenaries.
I think we
So
saved
no.
Writer Greg.
We
I
did.
don't remember.
Yeah, Writer Greg got saved. Right.
Yeah. So there were specific rules surrounding that, and don't forget what. Oh God, I was thinking of something. Oh, yes, the streams. The streams.
Oh,
we had
God.
24-hour coverage for the entire month.
Ooh.
It was epic.
Oh yeah.
We hope to have that again in November. I have to tell you that that's the other thing. This kind of exploded. We were expecting to have maybe 20, 25 people, half a dozen streamers. We'll just kind of do this.
No.
What were the stats at the end? Did we ever figure out how many people actually popped in?
I think it was something like 180 people participated. There were like 20 to 25 streamers. We, like you said, we did have 24-hour coverage. We wrote nearly 3 million words. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Do you have to be streaming to participate or be participating in streams? Good question. You can only record the words that you wrote while you are in a participating stream. You do not have to be streaming, but if you are streaming Game of Tomes, the words you write in your own stream count. But then you could show up to my stream and continue to count your words there, no matter what my house is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and in order to be a Game of Tomes streamer, you must be affiliate.
The only reason why is because this does not work without the channel point reward system, especially now that we're going to automation, which is another thing we should talk about.
Ooh, yes.
Yes, but that's it. That's the only reason why. It only costs 1, 2, or 3 reward points to redeem a word count. So anybody, even if you just showed up in the channel, can play.
Mm-hmm.
And
you get 300 just for following the channel. So
yeah, and you don't need to be in a bunch of people are like, Coffee, you're supposed to be recruiting for House Mollusca. You can't just be like, please join whatever house your heart yearns to be in. And I'm like, yes, I can.
Yeah, I do it.
yes, you can.
Yeah, because you don't have to be in your house's stream to get your house points, which is great.
Right.
And I mean, I always say choose the house that best suits you.
Yes. And Mollusca best suits me, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people choose Lapin or Mollusca because of the fact that that's where they first hear about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this year, I think more people are like, oh, I can choose what I feel I do most. And Lufkin wants to know, do we have a writing program or app we use, and do you need a specific app or program for the game?
No.
No.
Twitch.
Twitch, yeah.
Twitch.
Yeah, you gotta have Twitch.
Gotta have Twitch.
Initially, this was something that we were limiting the streamers to members of the Anvilite streamer core. Recently, we have decided to go for a more partnership kind of arrangement with the Anvilite streamer core because we want anybody, regardless of what software you are using, to be able to participate as a streamer. So write with whatever you want. As a matter of fact, I've even done things like put the participating stream, the current active stream, on my phone on audio only, showed up, or on chat rather, showed up and said, I'm here, just to let them know I was there, then switched over to my writing software on my phone and kept right on doing it while I was waiting for someone at the grocery store.
Yeah.
Yep. Completely valid.
Yeah. And one of the greatest things that happened during this whole thing was the sheer amount of assistance and community in getting people writing.
Oh yeah.
If you were a streamer or if you were just, in the chat, whatever, if you had a question, people would answer it. If you needed help with something, people would help. If you needed motivation, oh my God, you have just opened the floodgates.
And like I've always said, and Sable agrees with this, and she says it too, is even if you only get one word written, that's one more word than you had before.
Mm-hmm.
All words are good words. Progress is progress.
Words are hard.
So SL Funk wants to know, if I stream my own sprints during July NaNoWriMo and not just participate in official Game of Tome streams, do my words still count toward my house?
I'm confused by the question.
If all you do is stream your own stream and don't go to other people's streams, yes. As long as you're
registered as a
streamer.
Stream.
Right.
And
So other people can redeem points in your stream.
And honestly, you would be doing yourself a disservice if you didn't go to other people's streams as well, because I mean, there's a reason that Coffee did 3 nanos. There's a reason that Siobhan did 2 nanos. There's a reason that we had 3 million words. People, like, literally, you could go into a stream and say, I have 1,000 words left until I meet this goal, and people would be like, do you need a specific sprint? Do you need encouragement? I'll race you to this goal. All kinds of things would happen to get going on that.
I mean, I stopped my own sprint to encourage others to sprint.
Yeah. If you were like, hey, I'm stuck on this scene, you could literally outline the scene and you'd have 10, 20 people in some streams giving you advice on things that you could do to fix that problem.
Just throwing ideas out at you, brainstorming with you. And
okay, so back up here we have where was it? Will there be a chart or something that says who's streaming when? Yes, it's on the Game of Tomes.
Yes, there is a calendar.
Yes.
Fortunately, this is another thing we had difficulty getting going, right? And but we have it now. This is the link to the Game of Tomes streaming calendar. Not everybody has signed up for Tourney of Tales yet. There's new rules about how to connect your Google Calendar to track your streams so that we see them on this calendar, right? So people are still learning their way. I expect that we'll start to see new streamers signing up even after the first few days. So
Yep.
And hello, Past the Meeple. Welcome. Continuing the conduit.
Continuing the conduit.
Oh, and let's see.
Past the Meeple. I don't follow Past the Meeple. Why not?
Follow him.
Josh is awesome.
Yeah.
Meeple's awesome.
So Eli was saying, can we talk about Walking Dead Lover and TOT for a minute?
Oh God, yes. Okay, so in November, All right, so House Mollusca has a lot of members and a lot of really
High
prolific
word count members.
writers, let's say. So they were leading pretty much the whole event in November, because that's part of the thing, right? Part of it is that you can either win by having a couple people who are like word churners, or you can win by having a lot of members, right? House Millies, which is the House of the Badgers, struggled immensely and were one of the first houses eliminated. So because they were a House Millies loyalist, Walking Dead lover said, fuck this, I am going to personally drag House Millies to the top of the event in Tourney of Tales in, and they did it.
Well, yeah, because I think
did,
they
single-handedly.
put it, what was it, 185,000 words in April.
That's right, Honey Badger, don't give a fuck. That was it was scary.
Exactly.
And that's awesome, because what we're here for is to celebrate each other's achievements and encourage each other in our writing goals. So you can play this event two ways. You can, if you are inspired by competition, like obviously Walking Dead lover is and Siobhan is, they're very competitive people, right? They can treat it like, okay, this is a competition, I'm gonna win, we're gonna work, my house is gonna come to victory, and it's gonna be in part be due to me, right? Or you can treat it like I prefer to treat it, which is like, okay, we're a team, let's back each other up. How can I help my teammates? How can I help other people who are looking to get things accomplished?
I mean, I did that as well, but I think is when I do a competition with somebody for something like this, I choose one person, and they are the person I'm competing with.
And for me, House Mollusca actually fits me perfectly, because I'm working on so many different projects. I write quests and I write creature descriptions for the words as a staff member. I write my own books. I write my own fan fiction. I'm working on so much, I don't really need the competition to help me, but I definitely need the support and encouragement. And having people around me just writing, I will happily join in and be like, I'm writing with you. Yeah, we're writing together.
And the thing is, when I compete,
turn a solo event into a group activity, and it's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. And like I said, when I choose someone to compete with, my target isn't to outright them. It's to make my goal before they make theirs.
Ah, that's a good distinction, actually. Because I thought it was to outright them.
No, because I was competing with Chris in November.
Yeah.
And my target was make my NaNo before they make theirs. And they were a day ahead of me.
I remember.
Yes.
And I just going, shoot, I'm being third place in this.
Berserker roar at the keyboard. There you go. You've got the right attitude. Absolutely.
Berserker.
And the great thing about this event is that there are so many ways that you can approach this, and all of them work. All of them are good ways. And really, as long as you're having fun, you're doing it right. And I think that really the only actual hard and fast rule in terms of how you should approach it is don't be a dick.
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect rule.
Oh yeah. Well, I like that rule. You see, my hubby come up with this rule years and years and years ago, and it got followed around by everybody around, right? And it's a real simple rule, right? And everybody can live by it, and it doesn't require any special effort. And it's don't be an asshole. If you're an asshole, we'll get rid of you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, don't be an asshole. Right?
I think in my case, it's not even get rid of. It's like they don't want to be in my stream anyhow.
Well, yeah, we don't want you there, and you don't want to be there. So why are you here?
Yeah, because I mean, the thing is, as much as we do foster the competition aspects of it, we do not foster outright aggression. We do not foster discrimination.
No.
We do not. Those things just don't fly.
Nope.
Yeah.
if someone says, hey, I've had enough of whatever it is you're doing, even if it's fictional harassment, of which there's a lot in November, fictional harassment, it's fun, right? But if it's not fun for you, just let people know in the chat. And if they don't quit, we will have a talk with them. And if they don't quit after that, they can't play anymore. We will just not allow them to participate.
Mods will remove.
We don't want that.
Nope.
Not that that's ever actually been a problem, but
Never has.
the concept is there.
Yeah, in character, not in character, folks, but boundaries are boundaries. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like Guy says, boundaries are boundaries.
Now, there must be something I'm forgetting. Can you guys think of anything else at this point that it would be important for us to cover before we start sharing war stories and then
How do they find out more, and how do they join in?
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay.
Well,
so I will post. You got it?
Yep. Game of Tomes, GOT. Here we go. There is the there's the links. I also have Apis, Avis,
Birds and the bees,
Melees, Chiroptera.
Apis will actually not be joining us for this next tournament.
No.
Avis has been not replaced, but Avis has yielded their spot to
Kitsune
with Shy Red Fox.
And Mollusca,
who I know is Shy Dead Fox.
Yes.
No, I have to say the worst part about
Guy, you're good.
The worst part about not being, having fall into the horde is I never got a dead name.
Yep.
Sable, myself, and AuthorGoddess never got a dead name.
This is very sad.
I survived. This time it might be a different story though, right?
Yeah.
Part of the video story I was telling was of, the intrepid holdout who finally dragged her exhausted survivors through the mud and muck to House Mollusca to beg their aid, and then everyone rallied together to fight the undead horde and won because House Mollusca did win in November.
Okay.
Next year, maybe I'll be telling the story of the evil jackalope vampire Banicula, who will be, murdering everybody in sight. It'll be great.
Well, I mean, bunnies taste good, especially on young ones. I mean, did I say that out loud? But Dinobob is House Sauropoda, and Kahuna is House Tiki.
And then we have House Incendium.
Minor
For
houses.
the minor.
And automation are two things we need to talk
Automation,
about.
yes.
Who would like to address the minor house issue? Because I've been talking a lot.
I can.
Yeah.
Erin?
What is a minor house, and what are they about, and how do they work? We sort of briefly touched on it, but let's.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah. You haven't done much talking.
I've done a lot of talking.
You won't get a chance to do much more, though.
You women and close to women babble. Anyways, minor houses are something that got started during the last Game of Tomes when somebody wanted to basically have a sort of a lesser role in the game, but still lead a group. All right. All right. Basically, they wanted to recruit to their house, right? Because even in the Game of Thrones, right, there is the 7 major houses, but they're not the only houses, right? There are a lot of minor houses, bannermen, to the major houses, and that's basically what they wanted to do is a group of bannermen who would swear as a group to different houses, right? And it worked out pretty good.
people also wanted more options of houses, and that's part of the reason why that started. Like Coffee said at the beginning of all this, if we have more than 6 houses, the bookkeeping becomes a fucking nightmare I never want to deal with ever in my life. Right? So, but as is happening in this particular round, if you have been around for a while as a minor house, if one of the major houses has to step aside or step down for any reason, then you may be elevated.
Which is what happened with House Kitsune.
Exactly. Right? Danny Adventures, the leader of House Apis, that's the bee house, not Avis. Avis is still in it. The burbs are okay. The bees are out. Right?
Let me tell you about the birds. And
Danny is having surgery and will not be able to participate. So Shy Red Fox, leader of Minor House Kitsune, one of the OG minor houses, has agreed to step up in her place. So that is what is happening for this round in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Yep. And Erin, if you would be so kind to take over House Crofter again later on this month or next month, if things,
I could do that.
If plans come through for me.
Yep. Of course, you might not be able to. So
I might not be able to finish. Yes.
Yeah, Siobhan might be having surgery this month, so Erin may end up stepping.
Yeah, I may step up to lead House Chiroptera for.
Yes, automation. Okay, so our original system for participating in counting points if you were a streamer is this. You go to there's a much better, more detailed system explanation in the Closet Forge's wonderful tutorial videos. They're brilliant. Please watch them. They'll make much more sense than me. But I'll try to summarize. You go to your channel point reward queue. You click on each house in turn. You take a screenshot. You submit those screenshots along with the totals you have added up into a Google form for each stream. You report it as hit enter, and then somebody on the other end compiles this into a database and keeps the screenshots as a record. We, thanks to Satrium.
Yay, Satrium.
Yay! He has designed us an automated system. If you are an affiliate and you would like to participate in the Game of Tomes, you can go here to sign up. This is a Twitch bot. You enable it for your channel. It will then automatically install the basic word count rewards on your channel. It will enable them when Game of Tomes goes live and disable them when it quits. You have to put your own graphics on it, though. Those graphics can be found at the website. I think they're on the streamer resource page. Oh, image resources. Here we go. You will find the graphics here.
I'm going to be that person when we say it starts and when it ends. Are we including time zones in this?
Yes.
Yes, time zones are
Here's
included.
how it works, okay? Game of Tomes officially starts for you whenever NaNoWriMo or Camp Nano starts for you. So you have to have the rewards live on your stream if you're streaming it from, like, I'm in the Pacific time zone, and I think I have to do it like in the morning of the 30th or something. But don't worry, the automated one system will do that for us now.
Yeah, the automated system will just automatically enable the rewards at the first time zone.
And then it will not disable them until every time zone is finished. So what this means is, even though the reward points will be active on the 30th, I cannot start using them until midnight on the 1st in Pacific time, regardless of whose stream I'm in. Conversely, at the end of the event, once it has ended for you, you're done. So even though I'm still writing at 10 p.m. Pacific, coffee will have been done for several hours.
Yeah, and on the other hand, if I'm streaming, if I'm streaming and during Coffee's morning of the 31st, or the 1st, I mean, and I'm streaming on the 30th or the 31st, she can still redeem points, or they can still redeem points in my stream.
Right.
I can't, but they can.
Yep. Yes.
Right? Because Game of Tomes has started for them.
Yes.
This may not be the best time to join in sorry, excuse me, if you are new to streaming Game of Tomes, because we are still using the manual reporting system, but we are testing the automated reporting system.
Yeah, so we have a redundant system in place.
If it works, which it has worked in the alpha tests, this will be the beta test, then we will not be using the manual reporting system in November.
Yes, Coffee.
I know, right?
I would check my totals because I had so many Molesca and everyone in my stream as well. Just checking my totals, I was so worried I would write up the word count wrong or forget to take the picture and not be able to check. Ugh, math, ew.
Thank goodness for spreadsheets to help cover that. But
yeah.
Thing is,
but then
you have to go
there's
line by line to make sure.
Yep. Line by line to make sure the little fingers didn't wiggle the wrong way when punching in numbers.
And
yes.
I mean, because originally the minor houses were reporting in their house that they were loyal to, but they'd have their minor house name, so you'd have to look at that and go, oh, that goes over here.
Yep.
Yeah, we're not doing that anymore, by the way. All the minor houses go under one category. We sort it out from there.
Yeah.
Yes. So, I think we've covered the rules. I know it's a lot of fun. Everyone in this panel is a participating Game of Tomes streamer. If you want more information, you can come to any of us. We'd be happy to. There's a lot to remember initially. Once you get the hang of it, though, it's amazing fun.
Mez is developing PTSD over spreadsheets.
Yes.
Well, Mez has seen my spreadsheets. So.
I would totally love to.
You don't want to see mine.
Darth Nicholas, now the Closet Forge, for being the person who initially set up how we track all the spam information and counting it up, and Moonflower for jumping in and doing it in April. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Anybody
got
got
something
something
new
to
to
add?
Game of Tomes? I would say participate your first year and then decide if you want to create your own minor house, but participate first.
Yeah, because
that's the best way
when
to get
we
a hold
started, it was, for all of us major houses, it was tough.
Yeah.
It was, oh my god, how am I going to do this? How am I going to keep track of everything? Because you would literally, you'd end your stream. You'd read another stream. You'd come back and deal with the numbers. Send them off.
Yeah, did I do it right? Double check, triple check, send it again.
Yep.
I'm so tired. I don't know if I added this. Oh, fuck, now I gotta start over. Yeah, you know, and here's the important thing. The reason why we ask you to have 2 followers at least if you want to start a minor house is because house leaders are leaders. It is your job to encourage the members of your house, support them, and participate with them. It's like being an ML for those of you who have done NaNoWriMo. You need to be an example and you need to be a support. So if 2 people will not follow you, that means that you're not ready to lead in this particular arena. That's all. Keep at it and maybe people will follow you, right?
Yep.
Be the example, right?
Okay, I gotta take off, guys. I gotta start getting ready for my stream.
You bet.
Right.
I was going to say, leading by example, I'm also going to take off
Jamie would like
because
to see you
CONduit was kind enough.
Stream, babe.
What's that?
Jamie would like to see you before you go into the next stream, so if you can bug out a couple minutes early.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And
I can do that.
Thanks, guys, for streaming with me, and I will see you in a few minutes.
Yeah. They're off to Kickstarter for writers and the last chill and chat for today. So.
Yep. See you later. And have a wonderful final stream.
Yay! And I will be doing Kickstarter for writers here in a few minutes as well. So I'm also going to have to leave early, but maybe not for another couple of minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Do you guys think you can hold the fort?
Oh, I think we can. Don't you, AG?
Definitely.
Awesome.
We'll talk about stuff.
We'll talk about stuff.
Well, yeah, because now I can start throwing other things up. Oops, did I say that out loud?
if you guys have any more questions, I can be reached on Discord at SableAradia. There's a number, but you probably won't need it because just Sable space Aradia, it should come up. I'm also on Twitter. I'm all the Game of Tones stuff is in my Discord. There's like dedicated channels there now. I'll spot you an invite.
Yeah, I was gonna say drop the link to it, Sable.
Yeah, I sure will. There we go. This won't be available on the replay, but it's a link for now anyway. But I'm on the, obviously you can catch a hold of me on the Writers CONduit Discord as well. And yeah, but of course, AuthorGoddess and Siobhan are veterans of the Game of Tones, and I'm sure that they can answer most of your questions too.
Oh yeah.
And I think I'm off now. Thank you guys. And we'll see you in a few minutes because I gotta head over to Kickstarter for Writers.
And I am going to have to fix my screen real quick.
I see that.
I look funny.
Thanks for letting me run, guys. Bye.
So let's just drop the closed captions. Click. There we go. Yeah, I know it's still a little odd, but it's better than nothing now.
Yeah, honestly, the thing is, at this point, I'm pretty sure most of the streamer hosts have hosted enough channel or enough panels that our computers are sitting there going, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, I even now, months and months later, I cannot believe how much Game of Tomes did for people's writing. It was.
Oh, I know. It was just amazing.
It really. There's no other word for it. So many people actually finished a NaNoWriMo, and so many people multiple times finished NaNoWriMo. It was absolutely extraordinary.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it was probably one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen, and that is such a weird thing to say, but it really was.
Yeah. Can I use this for a story instead of an article? Oh, hello, Anxaze. I forgot to turn that off for my for CONduit. So normally I'd say yes, but I'm going to return those points to you. I'm sorry. And okay, if you want to drop it in, then yeah, I can take care of that on my next stream on Monday.
Yeah,
And yeah, Pride does deserve a shout out because during the Attorney of Tales, he was just everywhere throwing up sprint lobbies just to cover everything, so people had somewhere to go to. That was the other the thing with Attorney of Tales. We weren't trying to get that 24-hour coverage, and yet we still got it.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, the thing is, it created. It was both based on and created a community of writers that to this day just they help each other out. And I say we help each other out. We still go to each other's streams. We still help each other with writing. We still support each other in meeting our goals, both within the Game of Tomes events and outside of that.
Yeah, 3-day long sprint lobbies were insane.
Yeah. We try not to stick people with that, but it happens.
Oh, poor Pride.
Yeah. The computers, special shout out to all the laptops everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Just chugging right along. But yeah, and I can't wait for seeing what we come up with for the next Game of Tomes. That's going to be fun.
Well, yeah, because I mean, I don't know who's gonna be eliminated first in November, who's gonna survive it.
Yeah.
I
And
remember buying your loyalty and then falling then that day.
right? That actually happened a couple of times.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, because I
yeah.
bought your loyalty, and it's like, okay, well, I dropped, but House Varanja survived, and they were loyal to me at the time. Says you're with them.
Yeah, yeah. I actually had to put in my planner schedule thing which house I was loyal to which day, because people were buying my loyalty in advance and things. It was
Well, another
fabulous.
thing too is each like a follow was like a day.
Hmm.
A subscription was what was it? A week.
Uh, was it a week or was it 3 days? I had the whole system laid out, but I don't remember what it
Yeah,
was.
I think a subscription was the 5 days,
Yeah, something like that.
and the bits it all depended on how many you dropped, how long it was.
Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. It was a great way to get people not only invested in the Game of Tomes itself, but also invested in uh, my particular aspect of it, and who could buy my loyalty for their own house. There were some people who bought my loyalty, fell, and then donated my loyalty to, or what was it? They left my loyalty in as an inheritance to someone else.
Yep. Yeah, because I fell. It went to House Frangia. Bob bought
Yeah,
it after that, and he fell, and he left it to House Frangia. So you were with House Frangia for 10 days straight.
yeah. It was fun though. It was so much fun,
Oh yeah.
and the amount of um, not just community, but also like headcanon building
Oh yeah.
in regards to what was going on. It was a thing of beauty. I mean, it was so creative. It was so much fun. The videos that were
Oh
done.
god.
I remember DM Stretch did a particularly good uh, video video or three, something like that.
Right at the very
Uh,
end. Yep. Nope. They don't know.
yeah, yeah. The final elimination stream, the
Oh.
championship elimination. Oh my god, it was so cool.
You Kahuna.
Yeah. And the number of people who I mean, because NaNo is a huge thing. People clear out their entire months for this, and here we were making NaNo, supporting other people making NaNo, and then also creating these videos on the side.
And just having a blast.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So, Doomflower, if we fall, oh yeah, you're not with me this time, but if we fall at the same time, am I gonna bite you again? Oh, it was hilarious because Moon was part of House Corruptor at the time
Mhm.
when House Corruptor fell, and we both ended up in the Horde.
Yeah.
So I went, okay, I'm gonna have some fun, and all I wanted Moon to do was just scream, and it was like, because Moon was behind the camera filming as I'm giving a report, and I smack, well, ow, and smack because I just got stung by a killer bee.
Yep. The death bees.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
that was a blast.
And we had some younger participants as well.
We
Some
did. Lord Galacon
minor
made NaNoWriMo.
Mm-hmm.
He actually did the adult version and got his 50,000 words.
Yep.
And he survived to
And
the end.
yep.
His dad didn't, but he did.
Yeah. But I mean that's kind of the thing, because we were supporting these guys who came in later, and
Still
the
made their
younger
nanos.
ones. Yeah. Um, the amount of donations that happened
Oh.
was extraordinary.
Yep. Yeah.
So
Also, writer Greg, later on in the Game of Tomes, like in November, started having where the undead horde was an option for getting his loyalty. Because what that meant was the words that he'd written were lost.
hmm yeah, yeah.
And
But
thing is, they still
that was,
counted, but they were still lost.
yeah. But that was the thing. Like, people would take the story that was building up around this and just run with it. It was
Oh yeah.
so cool.
Oh yeah. And I mean, then we get James and his. I mean, he's lapping for life. He'll always be lapping. But
Yeah,
he is.
yeah,
I mean, he's a character, and he
yeah.
built. I mean, he's got our role play and story stuff in the Game of Tomes on the yeah, LARPing without the LA,
Yeah.
because we just had a lot of fun.
Yeah, but it really was what that was. I mean, we had let's see, there was reporting videos. I'm still going back to, it was DM, and who else was it that were
Isaac,
reporting from the underground? Isaac was involved. It just these little videos. It was essentially a person with a cell phone camera and acting out this entire little skit. It was
oh yeah,
so cool.
oh yeah, there was, and it was just. And I'm sorry you got burnt out on the community, Ankhtaze. Yeah, it does seem like there was a lot of favoritism, but we all had fun. Well, I'm sorry. No, I gave it back to you, Pride. Plus, you got a prosthetic, remember?
Okay, bitterness, people.
Oh no, there's no actual bitterness between us. We're just having fun.
Well, if you eat the prosthetic, it'll be bitter. I'm pretty sure.
No,
Prosthetics usually don't have good taste.
next year I have to take his other foot.
There you go.
But it won't
Yep.
be as lucky for him.
Yeah.
But it is time for us to get
Rating.
rating.
Yep.
So
Rate
we
call is
continuing CONduit, or you can utilize my raid call, which is stay true, because I like everybody to stay true to themselves and stay true to their dreams. And I believe AG's raid call is progress, if I'm correct.
actually, it's more words, MOAR
Ah,
words, WERDS, because we spend way too much time focused on spelling.
of course.
But yeah, nope, it's more words, because all words are good words. Progress is progress, and productivity is what you make of it.
Yep.
Which came directly out of the Game of Tomes experience. Yes, more coffee.
That's coffees, because we have more words, more coffee, more fire, or more arson. Sorry, get it right.
More arson.
Uh, uh, so we're gonna send the raid off to Sable
Yep.
because it's the final stream of the night.
Yep.
And thank you everybody for joining us.
Indeed.
And have a good night. And we're clear.
All right.